Okay, so this is going to be another video. I'm just going to talk about some of the best and worst things about BASIC. And, okay, so I guess I'll start off with a little bit of background. I went to BASIC from October 28th was the day I shipped out, and I graduated January 31st. So, I had HBL, holiday block leave, from, it was 2 weeks, somewhere towards the end of December. I think it ended January 2nd. So subtract 2 weeks from that, I don't remember. BASIC was overall one of the worst and best things of my life. It had a lot of very, very, very sucky things, but it was also one of the best things I'll ever, go through, experiences. I made some great friends, and overall it was challenging, but it was something that I definitely don't regret, and I'm very glad that I never quit. So, some of the best things about BASIC, definitely the people, majority of the people. I was in a bay. I was in first platoon bay. It was all females, and the other 3 platoons were males. Now, we were all mixed, though. Like, when we were actually in our platoons, it was males and females. So we had about 48, 50 females. It just changed. It just kind of depended on holdovers and whatnot. So we had, I believe, 13 females from my platoon in that bay, and I think 6 or 7 ended up graduating. A few of them were PT failures, and a few of them were chaptered for medical reasons and whatnot. Some of the best things, I really, let's see, I made some really good friends. My battle, her name was Napati, and she's from Guam, so she told me a lot of things I didn't even know anything about Guam, to be honest. And overall, just really good, really, really good friends that I still talk to, every day. The drill sergeants were horrible in the beginning, of course, but at the very end, when we went on HBL, I missed them. Like, I missed getting yelled at. Like, I was like, where are my drill sergeants yelling at me to hurry up? You take everything, you appreciate everything more, definitely, I would say. I would be so happy to just receive one letter every so often, and that just seriously made my day. You realize you don't need all these electronics, you don't need all these computers, phones, anything that's not a necessity. You don't have, we didn't have our phones. We had our phones maybe 3 times while we were there for less than an hour every time. And you just appreciate everything a lot more. Yes, some of the worst things about BASIC. This one's easy. My number 1, I would say, would be the weather. I did BASIC at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. So it was horrible. I don't know how to describe it. I'm from California and I live in Texas, so the weather is something I would never, ever, ever have experienced anything that horrible. I mean, it would be down -6 and we'd be doing PT outside, and our drill sergeant would be like, oh yeah, it was -6, but we don't tell you guys that because then you guys will freak out and it's all mental. No, it was cold. And then the worst thing about Oklahoma is that there's the wind. It's terrible. Like, it might be 10 degrees outside, but with the wind, it feels like -1,000 degrees. Like, a few people got frostbite. I mean, someone from a different battery than us had to get their finger cut off. Finger or toe, I don't remember. Because it turned black from frostbite. And yeah, a lot of people passed out from the cold. On our last 16K road march, my battle in Apathy, she almost passed out from, I don't know if it's dehydration or from the cold. But regardless, I mean, it was pretty bad. The weather was definitely the worst part of basic. The drill sergeants were pretty bad. Shark attack was pretty bad. I got my retainer broken. They stepped on it on accident, I think. But I hurt my shoulder really bad during shark attack because we had to carry our bags. And it's this big green duffel bag. I'm sure you've seen it. Let me pull it out. It's right here. It's this one. I'm in the process of packing because if you didn't watch my other video, I'm leaving soon somewhere. Very, very mysterious. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I messed up my shoulder because we couldn't put our bags down. And let's see. I don't know if I'll go quickly over my favorite thing. I really enjoyed the obstacle courses. Those were a lot of fun. I like the BRM, basic rifle marksmanship, but when we would do it, it was always freezing cold. It was snowing, freezing rain. Like I said, just cold, and you have to lay there and just shoot. My fingers would get so cold, like I couldn't move them. They're purple, and so that was not that fun. Dreadwell Tower, that was pretty fun. I mean, you just learn so many things that you honestly would never learn anywhere else. Like 90% of the stuff I learned in basic, I never even knew. I had a completely different idea of what basic was going to be like, and one thing I will say, you have a lot of classes. You can't fall asleep. That's one of the worst things about basic too, that you just gotta endure it. And the chow hall food was pretty good at Oklahoma compared to here where I'm at now in Missouri. Standing in formation. I mean, just little things kind of suck, but it's part of the Army. I mean, you're not going to be like, oh, this sucks, oh, this sucks. I'm just trying to think of the overall best and worst moments about basic. I think that about sums it up. We're about to go on pass here in about 10 minutes, so I have to wrap this up, but what's a lot of questions I get? Oh, PT in the morning. We wake up at 5. I think so, 5, and then formation would be at 5:30. Here we have to wake up at 4:30, and formation's at 5. So it's a little confusing to remember. PT was alright. I mean, we didn't run that much because there was always either snow on the ground or it was too cold outside. Well, that didn't really stop them, but we definitely didn't run as much as I hope we would. I ran in Bravo group because I ran Alpha the first time, but I was towards the back and I was struggling, so I just decided to go to Bravo where I was really comfortable running, you know, more towards the front. So, yes, I love to run. I love that about basic, and I do not like their AP, FT, what is it called? The stretches. I don't like those. No. A lot of cleaning, a lot of details, a lot of just waiting around, sitting around and waiting. Those were some of the more memorable things. Yeah, that's about it. So if you guys have any questions at all, I'll try to do more of a in-depth about basic, like the individual events that we did, and maybe some tips and tricks. And I'm also going to do one about AIT, because AIT is completely different. But maybe that'll be in a little while, because, well, everyone's AIT is different for sure. But maybe I can just give you guys my experience here. And yes, if you have any other video ideas, please let me know, because I am bored and I don't know what else I can make a video on. I'm gonna do maybe a makeup and uniform video, and I was thinking about making a, well, my hair does not look very nice right now, but maybe a hair tutorial. And yes, if you have any ideas, just let me know. Alright guys, take care, bye.